Okay, I honestly didn't see this coming. After losing just 1 pound last week, I really had no idea what the scale was going to say this week. And then I stepped on it and I was shocked. But here's the thing, the number on the scale isn't even the biggest reason I'm excited about this journey anymore. There's something much more important that I'm working toward, and at 56 years old, it has everything to do with the kind of life I want to be living 10, 20, and even 30 years from now. So let's talk about it. And of course, I'm going to show you exactly what the scale said this week. So let's get into week 55. Hi, welcome back. My name is Lynn. I am 56 years old. I'm a wife and mother of two. I've been on Zepbound 2.5 milligrams since August 4th of 2025, a little over a year. I can hardly still believe it. Last week, I lost 1 pound, and this week, I lost another 1.8 pounds, almost 2. So that brings my total weight loss to 90.8 pounds. That is a number I honestly still have a hard time wrapping around my head. But here's something I want to point out, because it's something really important when you're watching someone else's weight loss journey. You can't look at 1 week and decide that's how your body is going to behave every week. Sometimes you're going to have a bigger loss. Sometimes you're going to have 1 pound, sometimes less than a pound, and sometimes no loss at all. And then you could turn around the next week and lose 1.8 pounds. Our bodies are just so incredibly unique. So don't try and let one particular weigh-in determine whether I feel like I'm succeeding or failing. I look at the bigger picture. And my bigger picture right now is 90.8 pounds gone. Here are the stats. Well, I went up to 164, then came down back down to 163 across the weights, and just kept losing going into Sunday weigh-in, which is 161.6. Daily steps, I stayed over my 10,000 and actually did over 13,000 each day, so I was very proud of myself. For those who are new, on the next line, the walking minutes, that is walking on the treadmill. So that's Monday is 53 minutes, but I broke it up into 2 different walks. So it was probably my morning walk and then one after lunch or dinner. And like Tuesday, I did a total of 85 minutes on the treadmill, but broken up into 3. So it was my morning walk and then a walk after lunch and a walk after dinner. And so I did get a couple of 3 times and, lots of minutes, but I did get looks like over 53 minutes each time, each day this week, and over 1 time on the treadmill. So very, very proud of myself. And then the walk miles is just what I did on the treadmill, not the whole entire day of walking around the house and into stores and out of restaurants and stuff like that. So each mile is just the treadmill walks that were, above with the minutes. Line stands for dumbbell. And so I used Mondays just 5-pound dumbbells, but Tuesday and Wednesday, I used 12-pound and 15-pound dumbbells. I skipped Thursday, and then you'll see on Sunday, I did 12 and 15-pound dumbbells, plus I actually did our arm and leg pulley machines. So I'm trying to get back into that. I just wanted to show you this photo from a sunset this week. Sometimes you just have to stop for a minute and appreciate the little things. Friday, I got my nails done, and here's a picture. Because yes, weight loss is important, but so is taking care of yourself. Here's a quick video from Chili's. I had potato soup, and I just thought it was kind of cool, so I took a little video of me stirring it. I only ate like a quarter of it and gave the rest to my husband. And this is another thing I think has changed for me during this journey. I'm not trying to eat perfectly. I'm trying to make better choices, focus on protein, and actually what nourishes my body. Here's a picture from Sunday's lunch at Red Robin. I had 2 plain chicken breasts. They're just side chicken breasts. And then I'd get a little cup of teriyaki to dip it in. I try and focus on the protein and make choices that work for me. And it's actually very delicious. I also wanted to mention this past Sunday's video. I posted a video about what this GLP-1 community has meant to me before I started my journey, after I started, and what it means to me now. And I'm not going to lie, that video was very emotional for me to make. This community has become such an important part of my journey, and I really want to take some time to talk about that. I'm going to link that video here at the end of this video and also put the link in the description below if you'd like to watch it. You know, when I think about this journey, I realize I'm not just losing weight anymore. I'm actually taking care of my whole body. And that's a really big difference for me. I don't need to eat the way I used to, where I could basically eat cookies and Doritos all day and call that a day of eating. I am making better choices. I'm focusing more on protein. I'm drinking my water. I'm walking. I'm lifting weights. And I'm trying to build a body that's going to carry me through the rest of my life. I'm 56 years old right now, and I don't want to get into my 60s, 70s, and 80s and look back and wish that I had taken better care of myself. I want to stay mobile. I want to stay independent. I want to be able to walk. I want to be able to lift things. I want to be able to get up and down and do things for myself. And honestly, losing weight is helping take some of that stress off my legs, my feet, and my bones. So yes, I'm celebrating the 90.8 pounds lost so far. Absolutely. But I'm also celebrating the fact that I'm doing something for the woman I want to be 10, 20, and 30 years from now. And that's probably one of the biggest reasons I keep going. So that's week 55, down another 1.8 pounds this week, bringing me to 90.8 pounds total. And if you're on your own weight loss journey, I just want to remind you, don't give up because you had a slow week. Don't give up because the scale didn't move at all. Your body is going through its own process, and every body is different. Sometimes you have a week where you think, what's going on? And then the next week, 1.8 pounds gone. Keep going. Keep taking care of yourself. Keep moving. Keep making the best choices you can. And remember, this isn't just about becoming smaller. It's about becoming healthier, stronger, and more capable of living the life you want. And don't forget to check out my community video that I mentioned earlier. I'll have it linked at the end and down in the description. Stay tuned this coming Sunday on August 30th. My video is 7 things I actually did to lose 90 pounds on 2.5 milligrams. Here's a copy of or a picture of the thumbnail that will be out. I will see you next week. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.